Ladies and gentlemen, the CTDF Fantasy Football Show is on the air once again. December 10th, 2020. We are down to the final 4 weeks of the National Football League season. It's week 14. However, for all of us, this is the first week of our 2020 CTDF Fantasy Football League playoffs. Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. Yeah, it is our playoffs. And I've got my friends with me. It's me, Tim McClellan, the main brain of sports, John Flynn, our league commissioner, John Natale, our good friend from San Antonio, Adam Oliver, and our good friend from the state of Georgia, Andrew St. Clair. Guys, how we doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
All right. So, y'all, we're already here. It seems like the season just started yesterday, and now we're already here at the playoffs. It's just amazing how time flies. So, with that being said, I want to go through, first of all, the matchups in the consolation bracket that we have right here. Let me draw up that screen right now. And in the consolation bracket, the number 12 seed was Erica Saraceno. She finished with a record of 1-12. She is right now going up against Mark Leota, who locked up the 11 seed. He went 1-12 as well. Right now they're in a matchup, and right now Erica has players playing in tonight's Thursday night football game between the Patriots and the Los Angeles Rams. We'll be giving you updates on that as the show goes on. Right now, she has 18.3 points on Mark right now. And let me, the page is loading. Okay, hold on. No, I don't think there's anything wrong. Okay, we'll just go to the scoreboard right now. There we go. We got so right now, yes, Erica has 2 players they're playing right now. And she is projected to go 131.9. Mark is projected at 125.2. Then in the second of our 3 consolation bracket matches, we have Marty going up against Spencer. Marty has 1 person that's currently playing right now. He has scored 11.3 points right now, projected to go 137.5, while Spencer is projected to go 138.9. Very, very close projections right now. And in the final consolation match for this week, it's yours truly, Tim, going up against Nell Snedsrud. We don't have any players playing right now. Nels has a projected total of 157.2, and I am projected at 133.5. Now, as far as the official playoff brackets are concerned, I look at our brackets and I see, well, how about this? It's his first year in our league, and he wraps up the number 1 seed with a record of 9-3-1. Our good friend Cedric Witherspoon Jr. How about that, guys?
Very good.
Wow.
Very good.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, you want beginner's luck? Well, I don't know. Maybe a lot more than that. And then taking the number 2 seed in our playoffs is our very own right here at Andrew St. Clair. He finished with a record of 9-3-1. He's got the number 2 seed. And both Cedric and Andrew are taking a bye week. They will be in action next week. Wrapping up the number 3 seed, our defending 2-time league champion, Will Medina, who finished with a record of 9-4. He right now is taking on our number 6 seed, Mr. John Flynn. They both have players that are playing right now. And right now, John has a 9.2 lead over Will at 5.4. And looking at the projected totals, Flynn is scheduled to, he is projected to go 156.3, and Will is projected to go 141.7. Then in our other matchup this week, we've got the number 4 seed, Mr. Adam Oliver, as he takes on Mr. John Natale.
Yep.
They both actually finished with equal records, 9-4. Right now, John has someone playing right now tonight, and he's got a 7-point lead, 7-0 right now, an early lead over Adam. Flynn or Natale is predicted to go 159.7. Adam, you're projected to go 145.8. So there's still time to shuffle up your rosters if you need to. Andrew and Cedric, if you're watching, y'all can just chill. So congratulations to Cedric and Andrew for the top 2 seeds in our playoffs. So with that being said, we can go ahead and get into the week 14 of the NFL season. And as we said, there is a game going on right now. New England Patriots are at the Los Angeles Rams. And let me get that page up.
Here you go, Tim. Beginning the fourth quarter, 24-3, LA.
Come again.
At the beginning of the fourth quarter, the Rams are beating New England 24-3.
Well, I predicted that the Rams would win this game, but I did not think it was going to be this bad. Flynn, did you think it was going to be this bad?
Well, when the Patriots team face one team in the same stadium with horrible coaching, and then you come back 4 days later to face a team with great coaching in the same stadium.
Oh, I think Flynn has audio problems.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, you were kind of lagging a little bit. Yeah, go ahead. What were you saying? Go ahead.
It's but the Cam Newton a good game. The Rams defense figured out that Cam Newton is a liability. But they already have a pick 6 from Kenny Young, which helps anyone who started the Rams defense this week. So that helps, and the Rams are moving the ball up and down the field as well. So yeah, I'm not surprised.
Anybody else have any comments on this one?
I mean, I figured the Rams would win, but it'd be probably by a 2-score game. That's what I was leaning towards.
I thought this one would be closer than that. I predicted Rams 28, Patriots 24.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be much closer than this. Andrew, Adam, you want to say something?
Yeah, but this one, I thought Cam Newton would just have a field day here. But strangely enough, I'm surprised how low he's done. I don't know what he's done so far today. But only 3 points after 3 quarters. Something's not right with New England.
Yeah, I don't know. Adam, you got any comments? Uh-oh, Adam? Uh-oh, I think he's having audio problems again. Yeah, it seems to be it's kind of a running gag around here. Adam Oliver's having no audio problems.
Okay. All right. All right.
There we go.
All right, we got you. Okay, we had you, then we lost you. Uh, no, sorry, Adam. Right, we seem to not be getting any audio from Adam here. I mean, he was doing right before we went off the air. Before we went on the air. Um, you hear us, Adam? We don't hear you.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
All right, so Adam, did you see this coming? This beat down on the Patriots?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be little bit of a back and forth game between Goff and Newton, but I was surprised at that. I thought it was gonna be at least a 2 possession game, but not that bad. And I did predict the Rams to win, but I think it would have be like a 2-score game.
Well, we will provide updates on this game as we go along here. Well, let's go ahead and shift now to Sunday afternoon. First of all, we have the Houston Texans going up against the Chicago Bears. This game is at Soldier Field, and as I am calling up this game screen right now. Texans are just 1-point favorites, Flynn.
Yeah, I this was one of the first games I circled when I saw the spreads this week. I just think the Texans, if the Texans didn't come up short at the goal line late in the game against Indianapolis, they probably would have beaten down a very good football team. But then there's the Bears. I'm sorry. Are they going to compete at all this season, or are they just gonna keep finding new ways to lose? Because bad teams find ways to blow unnecessary to blow leads, and there's just we're up 30-20 with 4 minutes left. Matt Stafford took the line down the field, 96 yards for a 4-touchdown drive, and then Mitch Trubisky fumbles the ball at inside his own 10-yard line. The Lions take it in for a touchdown, and the Falcons win. Look, Ryan Pace needs to go. Matt Nagy needs to go. Bill Lazor needs to go. The quarterback stinks. The line stinks. And I feel bad for the Bears defense because they have as good a group of linebackers as any we've seen in the NFL the last few years. I'm going to take the Texans to squeak it out on the road and win this one 31-27.
All right. Flynn's got the Texans in this one. Natalia, who you got?
Yeah, this one, I'm kind of going in the opposite direction here. I think both teams are pretty weak from the offensive side of the field. It's going to come down to a running game here. Right now, I think the Bears have the healthier running backs. David Johnson is just coming back from an injury, so he's probably not 100% yet. Duke Johnson, he's just average. So with that, I'm taking the Bears 21-17.
All right, so Natalia is actually going with the Bears. Adam, who you got in this one?
I think I have a feeling that the
Okay, I think we got a lag.
I think I have a good feeling that the Bears are not doing so well, and so I think I'm gonna have to give it to the Texans.
All right. So Adam is picking the Texans, and Andrew, what do you got on this one?
Yeah, Houston's 4-0 against Chicago recently. That's really a close game. Too close to call. I'm going to say that the toss-up, 21-20 Houston.
So, well, it looks like Natalia's going to be the lone wolf here. I got the Texans winning this one, but not going to be much of a high-scoring game. I'd say 21-17, but I agree with everything that Flynn said. I mean, the offense is terrible. Trubisky has to go. The head coach, he's got to go. They just got to fix things up in Chicago. But I think Houston's got a little bit better. I know it's kind of late in the season for them to make some kind of run, but I think they're getting a little bit better. And now we go from one. Now we're going to go. Okay, well that game is in Chicago. Next game we're going to go to Cincinnati, where it's going to be the Dallas Cowboys going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. And Flynn, I think this game is a pick 'em. Do you see it that way? Is it you see a pick 'em?
Dallas is favored by 3.5.
Dallas favored by 3.5. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Flynn, go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, the Cowboys' rush defense was dreadful on Tuesday night. That they gave up nearly 300 yards of rushing on Tuesday night against Lamar and the Ravens in his first game back from COVID. I mean, come on. I mean, you can talk about Mike Nolan because you're a Cowboys fan, but what on earth is going on with the Dallas Cowboys? Isn't it crazy, Tim, that the script in the NFC East completely flipped in a 3-month span? Everyone was thinking Dallas and Philly would be shoo-ins in the playoffs, but now the Giants and Washington are going to compete, and one of them is going to win the NFC East. I mean, but look who they're going up against. They're going up against the Cincinnati Bengals, and they're going up against Brandon Allen. And outside of a kickoff return for a touchdown, the Bengals have scored only 17 offensive points in their last in their last 2 games without Joe Burrow. And so I'm going to take the Cowboys to win by a touchdown. They'll win 24-17.
All righty, Natalie.
Yeah, this game is going to be critical for Dallas. This is probably their last chance if they want to have any shot at winning the division. If Joe Burrow was playing, I probably would have picked the Bengals, but since there's no Burrow, Dallas is going to bounce back. But question is, will it be too late? They're still going to win, though, by a score of 21-13.
All righty then. Andrew, what you got on this one? It's Cowboys and Bengals.
This one's a little bit pathetic. I hate to say this here. Dallas has allowed 32.8 points per game this season, most in team history. This one.
My thoughts exactly.
I'm home field advantage 21-14 Cincinnati.
All right. Andrew, Adam, you're my fellow Cowboy fan. Do you have anything on this, or what do you got?
Can you hear him?
I can't hear him.
When we're dealing with the Cincinnati Bengals here, so I think I've got a feeling that they. All right, I have a feeling that they will bounce back and win, because how terrible they are without Joe Burrow. So in that case, I do have a believe that our Cowboys will win by at least 2 possessions.
All right. So I've got the Cowboys winning by a field goal. I think it's time for Greg the Leg to bounce back. I mean, those three, he only went 1 of 4 on field goals last week. That is not good. Well, actually, last week was this past Tuesday night. But and did anybody notice the defender for Baltimore did not get called for pass interference on CD Lamb?
Oh yeah, that's right.
gosh.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That
I mean, I've been seeing a lot of bad calls from referees this year, but I mean, that is like a completely different story for another time. But yeah, Cowboys offense, I think they're still kind of struggling with Dalton. The defense, of course, is crap. I can see the Bengals putting up 20, but I see the Cowboys with the field goal late in the fourth quarter. I'm going Cowboys 23, Bengals 20. And before we get off this game, one more thing. Nolan got to go.
Yes. Please.
And I think we should go ahead and fire McCarthy because it was McCarthy who brought Nolan to Dallas. So, Nolan got to go. And speaking of got to go, we're going to go now to Carolina, where the Panthers are at home against the Broncos. Where is that game? Carolina, Denver. There's that game. Let me click on that screen right here. The game is being played in Charlotte. And
Ooh,
Charlotte. It's a 3-point favorites for the Panthers, Flynn.
Yeah. This was a tricky one to pick, Tim, because I was concerned about I was concerned about the COVID outbreak in in Carolina. I know DJ Moore is probably not going to play because of COVID, but I'm gonna lay the 3 points here with Carolina. Okay, because I think I trust the coach more. I think you have to figure that big not last that long in Denver. So I'm going to take the Panthers to win 23-14. I like the coach. I like the quarterback, and Mike Davis is probably going to start for the Panthers at running back with Christian McCaffrey, probably not available because of injury.
Wow, interesting. Before we get to Natalie, I want to go ahead and give my score. You said 23-14. I have the Panthers winning 24-14. That's how close we were right there, Flynn. All right, Natalie, go.
Yeah, this one was just like one of those like toss-up games. There's not really too much to say about either team. They're both equally good and bad in both places. I mean, like I said, it was a coin flip, but I'm just gonna take the Panthers 24-20.
All right. Seems like we're having almost similar score so far. Adam, what you got between the Broncos and the Panthers?
I think it's a little bit of a toss-up, but I think I've got a good feeling that the Panthers will win because they got more of a talented quarterback of Teddy Bridgewater. So with that case, I'll take Carolina to win.
All righty. So far, it's all Panthers. Andrew, how do you see this one?
Well, I won't be the same here. Hashtag, I'm changing I'm not going to be like the rest of you. No. Denver, Denver has been 5-1 at Carolina coming playoffs here. I still remember when it was Newton here, of course, managed Super Bowl 50. That was a few years ago. Of course, we remember about that here. They both have They both have the same record here. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say this was a close one. I'm gonna say 21-17 Denver.
Oh, St. Clair is the lone wolf on this one, going
Of
with
course, I'm the Lone Wolf. I'm a Bronco fan. Give me a break.
the Broncos fan. Oh, a Broncos fan living in Georgia. Well,
Right.
to each his own.
I hate the Falcons, but I love the Broncos.
All righty, so we got 4 for the Panthers, 1 for the Broncos. Let's now go to oh boy. This is one of those games where I guess there's not really much to talk about. It's the Tennessee Titans at Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. The Titans. I should have been more prepared for this. Tennessee at Jacksonville.
Yeah, Tennessee is favored by 7.5.
Tennessee by 7.5. Flynn, I think that's a little too low.
So actually there are a lot of games in the AFC with playoff implications. So among the top 9 teams in the AFC that will be playing this week, the only one that's not the Titans, the rest of the teams each other. So I think the Titans are going to win this game against the Jaguars because I think, especially with the Titans coming off a loss, I think you trust the coach, you trust the quarterback, you trust what Derrick Henry is in this situation. So I'm going to take the Titans because I picked them to win the division. I still think they will win the division. So I'll take the Titans jumping tally to win and cover.
All right, so we got the Titans for Flynn. Natalia, who you got?
Yeah, there's pretty much nothing to say about Jacksonville. They're long eliminated, but although their rookie has shown a lot of promise, he definitely cannot carry the team on his back at all. It's pretty much just him and basically, what was I going to say? Pee-wee guys, essentially. So with that being said, Jaguars aren't going to get it. They're not going to get a single touchdown. It's going to be field goals for them, 31-9.
31-9. All right, Adam.
I think it's going to be a pretty much of a one-sided game. The Jaguars are not doing much, and the Titans are doing really good. So, and I know if Jacksonville's lucky, they would get at least a few field goals. So in that case, I'll take the Titans to win.
All right, Andrew. What say you?
I agree. 7.5 points is not enough here. It has to be at least 10. I think 10 points at least, sure. Tennessee's been 6-1 against Jacksonville since 2017 here. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lopsided victory here for Tennessee. Ew. How low should I go though? No, I feel like I might get 2 field goals here. I'll say 21-6, Tennessee.
21-6. Well, I got a little bit more lopsided than that. I actually have the Titans just rolling over the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars will score a touchdown, but that will be the only touchdown they score. I got the Titans winning this one 31-7. And by the way, I should say the Tennessee Titans are my lock of the week.
Oh.
And so, now we have a very, very interesting game here. I mean, this is one I'm definitely going to keep my eye on this one. We got the Kansas City Chiefs heading down to Miami to take on the Miami Dolphins. I got the screen right up here. And the Chiefs, the defending champs, they're picked by 7. So, Flynn, how do you see this?
Yeah, this is gonna be a close game. I think Brian Flores is gonna get his guys ready to go. I think these are the types of games that Tua wants to be in. That he was in a lot of big games at Alabama. I think this is where you can say it's a big game for him. But I'm gonna take the Chiefs here outright because the Dolphins, even though they're 8-4, they've only beaten one team with the or they've only beaten one team with the winning record, and that was the Rams because Jared Goff had a terrible game. But I think it's going to be back and forth. But I think the Chiefs will take this one by a field goal. It's going to be 31-28. It's going to be an entertaining ball game.
Wow.
31-28 going with the Chiefs. Natalie?
Yeah, this one's going to be very interesting. And a lot of people have counted out the Dolphins from the start, but they've been surprisingly good. And their defense has been pretty strong. I mean, I think they're going to hang around for a little while. They're going to make it competitive until the fourth quarter. I think it's going to be tied with about 3 minutes left or so. But I think Mahomes is going to get the final drive, lead them to a game-winning touchdown. So 30-23.
So 30-23 going with KC on this one. Adam, who you got?
Well, I know that Tua and the Dolphins are pretty good, but you're just looking at the Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes, and the defending champ. I project the Chiefs to win, but I project them to win by 2 possessions.
All right, sounds good. Andrew.
I'm going to agree with the tie on this one here. Very close here. Kansas City has won 9 straight for home run games, but long as I've been thinking right now, we're just really good here. I with the tally. It'll be time about 3 minutes to go here, and I also agree that Mahomes will win here. But I would say he's going to. I would say 28-21, Kansas City.
All right, so I guess we are all unanimous with Kansas City. All right then. Oh, couple of statements here. I just need to show off here. Matthew Noah says,
Ooh.
Ayuk or Crowder in full PPR league.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jay Crowder if he plays, simply because I think with Jay Crowder that he's going up against Seattle, and Ayuk is going up against Washington, and if you just watch the second half of the Washington-Pittsburgh game, that you know that Washington has a stingy pass defense yes, the sum of Ben Roethlisberger's passing yards didn't amount to that because Pittsburgh had to throw in the air in the second half since they were down. But if Jake Crowder plays, definitely start Crowder.
Very, very interesting. Thanks for your question, Matthew, and thanks for watching. We have another one here before we move on. Bobby Schmerda, I think it is, bench 1 PPR. Gaskin, Swift, Kamara, Jefferson, Thielen, or D-Hop.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins looks like.
Yeah, that sounds like this.
Actually, we're going to get into DeAndre Hopkins' game in just a couple of minutes, but DeAndre Hopkins didn't practice today because of back-to-back injuries, and it doesn't sound like a good sign for him on Sunday.
Okay. I would definitely keep Kamara. Alvin Kamara, that guy is a stud.
Yeah, but the thing with Kamara, though, Tim, is that if Taysom Hill is the quarterback, he's been taking a lot of the runs. So then that when Drew Brees is in there, that Drew Brees has to rely on Kamara on check down plays, which means that his fantasy stock went up when Drew Brees is the quarterback. But when Taysom Hill is out there, it's another threat on the ground, and Taysom Hill has been heavily more reliant on Michael Thomas through the air. So that's why Kamara's number has gotten his stock has gone down a little bit in fantasy.
Interesting. Well, Matthew, Bobby, thanks for your questions and thanks for watching. Happy Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you guys. Uh, so Andrew says he's going to be heading out. Okay. You just have a good night and tell Irene we all said hello.
I will for those of you who do something, happy Hanukkah to all you, and I'll see you all next week. I'll see you all next week. Good night.
All right, buddy. Take care. Take care. And we just had Natalie drop up, but he'll be coming back in. And yeah, once again, thanks for those questions, guys. We're now going to go to Tampa Bay, where the Buccaneers are going to be hosting the Vikings, and we have the Buccaneers picked by 6.5. Lynn.
Yeah, you look at the Minnesota Vikings. In the last 3 weeks in regulation, they played the Dallas Cowboys, the Carolina Panthers, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, the Cowboys are 3-9. Carolina's 4-8. Jacksonville's 1-11. So combined, those teams are I believe if you do the math correctly, it is 8-28, and the point differential in regulation was -2. So the Vikings have not been playing good football at all. They needed overtime to beat the Jaguars on that Dan Bailey field goal, and I think the Buccaneers are coming off the bye week. I think they're going. Tom Brady's going to absolutely torch Minnesota's depleted secondary. I think in my lock of the week, I'm going to take the Buccaneers to win 38-24.
Ooh, lock it up for Flynn, the Buccaneers over the Vikings. And let's get Flynn back. Let's get Natalie back in here. All right, Natalie. We're talking about the Vikings and the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. Buccaneers picked by 6.5.
Yeah, and Natalia, before you go, an update in the Patriots game that Cam Newton has been benched for Jared Stidham for the Patriots.
Oh,
24-3 with less than 5 minutes to go.
Not
Yeah,
good.
I'll be here for about 1 or 2 more picks, and then I'm gonna have to sign off.
Okay. All right, go ahead,
So-
Natalie.
Okay, so on Vikings. Yeah, this one was kind of a toss up. It can go either way. Both teams have a pretty good group of wide receivers. It's just going to come down to who's going to hang around the longest. It's going to come down to a field goal, and I'm going to take the Bucks in this one, 34-31.
All righty, Adam, what do you say on this one?
I think it's going to be mostly like an offensive game, but I think in the end, I'm probably going to have to go with Brady Buck Pirates to win.
Uh-huh. So I guess we're all in agreement on this one. I got the Buccaneers winning this one by a touchdown. I got them winning by a score of 28-21. And let's see here. Now we have probably not as interesting as the Giants and the Dolphins, but we have the Arizona Cardinals and the New York Giants playing at MetLife Stadium, and the Cardinals are picked by 3. So, Flynn, what you got?
Yeah, this is actually an intriguing game because this game has playoff implications for both teams. So the Giants atop the NFC East and the Cardinals, if the season ended today, would be on the outside looking in. But I'm going to take the Giants here. That I know this is probably not probably hometown bias, but if you look at how the Giants have played, that Dave Gettleman's additions, that the media ripped Dave Gettleman a lot during the offseason with some of the moves he made, but he made several big moves that he signed James Bradbury, Blake Martinez. He franchise tagged Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams is having a fantastic year. He 8.5 sacks. He got 2.5 sacks on Russell Wilson in that shocking victory over Seattle, which has to be the upset of the season so far. And you look at the Giants draft that they Patrick Darnay Holmes, who came up with that interception in the second half. Andrew Thomas had a great game on Sunday. The offensive line has been playing so much better, and I think that the Giants, their defense with Patrick Graham, I think they can hold the Cardinals one-dimensional, and it's going to be a problem with DeAndre Hopkins isn't available. Not available this way. James Bradbury will only have to cover Larry Fitzgerald. So I'm going to take the Giants in an upset here. I think they'll win this game by field goal.
Giants by a field goal. I could probably see that happening. Tally, how do you see that?
Yeah, actually, believe it or not, I'm pretty much in complete agreement with Flynn on this one. The Giants have very much improved. Well, Flynn didn't bring him up, but I'll do it. Wayne Gallman, he's been very good.
I have no idea, Natalia, why Ben McAdoo and Pat Sherman didn't use him more enough.
Yeah, Wayne Gallman is actually having one hell of a season. Ever since he took over for Barkley and Devontae Freeman. I mean, he's going to be used a lot more, which is going to work to their advantage. And yeah, Kyler Murray's been struggling lately. He's going to improve, but I don't think he could stand up to the front and middle of the Giants defense. So it's going to be a very close one. Give me the Giants 28-26.
All right, we got 2 for the Giants. Adam, how do you see this one? Uh-oh. Having connection problems here. Well, while we get him,
Okay.
Adam,
All
yeah,
right.
go ahead.
All right. Well, I think it's going to be a pretty close game between the two. I feel like right in the end, I feel like the Cardinals will win this one.
Uh-huh. So Adam is going with those Redbirds. Well, I'll put it to you this way. Anybody remember last season when the Steelers had all those problems, they had all those injuries, but they just seemed to keep getting better and better even though that happened.
Mm-hmm.
This is the exact way I feel about the New York Giants. I mean, the Giants seems like, yeah, they got a bad record. The Giants are now 5-7, and they're pretty much, almost pretty much in control of the NFC East. But despite their record, they just keep getting better and better. And the Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray has been struggling a little bit. And so for that reason, let's put it up on the screen, guys. Upset special, Giants 28, Arizona 24. My upset special of the week. And I believe the Giants will definitely be in the driver's seat, but watch out for those no names. We'll talk about them here in a little bit. Right now, another kind of an interesting matchup here. We have the Indianapolis Colts going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. That is the first of our late Sunday games on our schedule. And looking at the line here, Flynn, the Colts are picked by 2.5.
Yeah, and Steve Kornacki of MSNBC was on the NBC Sunday Night Football show. And he said this game means everything because the Colts are right now the 7th seed, while the Raiders would be the first team out of the AFC playoffs. So the winner of this game, Tim, was going to have the inside track to making the playoffs as a wild card. And this is going to be a great matchup. Both these teams, I picked both of them to make the playoffs preseason. Because I love the offensive lines, I love the coaching, but the Raiders the last 2 weeks have been an abject disaster. Would you agree with me that they needed a miracle at the Meadowlands to beat the Jets on this past Sunday?
Wow. I still don't believe the Jets could actually allow that to happen, but those are the Jets.
Yeah, and when I said on draft night the Raiders needed to draft Henry Ruggs over CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy, that was the type of play I was referring to, because I don't think CeeDee Lamb or Jerry Jeudy make that play where you need team speed to get past the secondary, and rightfully so. Greg James, the Jets defense coordinator, got fired after the game. But with all that being said, I'm going to take the Colts. I think they're playing better football, and I think they'll win this game by a touchdown.
All right, so Flynn has got the Colts in this one. And Natalie, who do you got?
Yeah, I mean, originally I thought this game was going to be pretty close had Josh Jacobs been healthy, but now that he's most likely out, that's going to make things worse for them. So it went from basically a one-score game to a two-score game. So I'm going to say the Colts are going to win this one 28-10.
All right, Adam, what do you got on this one?
Well, I know the Raiders like barely edged out the Jets, but I think I'm pretty sure that Gruden telling them to get their acts together to win, and I'm pretty sure John Gruden got his guys all straightened out to play better. So I think I'm gonna feel like his words have inspired the Raiders, and I think that they will edge out the Colts.
Ooh, interesting right there. Um, I got this as a pretty close game, although I say the Colts have a little bit of a better team than the Raiders. I'm taking the Colts in this one, 27-21. And for some strange reason, I kind of not see the Raiders making the playoffs. I don't see that. Speaking of teams who will not make the playoffs, this is going. Oh my gosh. We got the New York Jets heading up to the Pacific Northwest, the Seattle Seahawks. And oh my goodness, the Seahawks are picked by 13.5. And Flynn, I still think that's too low.
Well, to me, I think it's too much. If you actually watch the Seahawks the last couple of weeks, their offense isn't particularly good. Their offensive line is weak. That we saw with the Giants that they didn't let Russell Wilson see the field the way they did, and listen, Seattle has issues on both sides of the ball. That I don't trust Seattle's defense when it comes to the big spots. So obviously, they're playing the artist known as the Jets, so I think they'll win the game. But I think the Jets' offense is going to can move the ball up and down the field against them at will. So I'm going to take Seattle to win 34-24. So yeah, I'm going to take the 13.5 points here with the Jets.
All right. You see Seahawks winning, Jets covering. Natalie, what do you say?
Yeah, there's really not too much to say about this. The Jets are like super bad, and Wilson's going to want vengeance since he lost to the Giants. So give me Seattle in this one, 33-10.
Okay, Adam.
All right, what are we on?
We're talking about the Jets at the Seahawks.
Well, I think I'm pretty sure that Carroll got his cards all together, and seeing that the Jets how terrible they are, so I think I've got a feeling that the Seahawks gonna run over the Jets, and I'm gonna make that my lock of the week.
All right, so Adam is locking up the Seahawks against the Jets. I already made my lock. Of course, that was Tennessee over Jacksonville. I got the Seahawks just blowing away the Jets so bad. The Jets ain't going to score. I got this one. It's Seattle 55, Jets nothing. That's how bad I got it right here. This next game we're going to talk about, in my opinion, was probably the most difficult game for me to pick. It's the Atlanta Falcons against the Los Angeles Chargers, playing in LA, and the Falcons are picked by 2.5. So Flynn, what about this one? It was kind of hard for me to pick.
This was actually one of the first games I circled, because if you actually watch the Falcons and since Dan Quinn got fired, that they're actually a pretty darn well coached team. That they held a potent Saints offense to plus 21 points, and the Chargers, that you saw with how awful the Chargers special teams were, and that's why Natalie is in the fantasy football playoffs, because of how awful the Chargers are. That coaching is terrible, defense is terrible, and I just feel for Justin Herbert that what in order for Justin Herbert to succeed, he's going to need a real head coach. He's going to need real players around him on the offensive line and on the defense. So I'm going to take the Falcons. I think they'll win this game by 10 points, 34-24.
All right, sounds like an interesting pick, Natalie. You, you're still here, so you can.
I was still typing. I just finished up, so this will be my last game for the night. All the rest of my scores in the chat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, as far as this game goes, this one is pretty much a snooze fest. I'm just basically going to pick the team that's still alive but barely, which is the Falcons. It's pretty much a coin flip. It's a very low scoring game, 14-10.
Okay.
On that note, I got to wish you guys good night and enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, thanks a lot, John. See you next week.
Yep, I'll see you next week. Take care.
As of course is our Commissioner John Flynn. He will be back with us next week. He's got to sign off for now, so we will be.
You called him. You called me John Flynn.
Okay, I don't think Flynn really has any place to go right now. So
yeah. I'm just gonna wait to see what you guys are gonna say about this game, and then I'm gonna sign off.
Oh, okay. Adam, you got the Falcons and the Chargers. What do you say, you?
And what game is it?
It's the Falcons and the Chargers. And I think you froze up again.
All right, there you go. Hello. All right. I was gonna say I have a feeling that the Chargers are gonna definitely get their acts together, and as they would face against the Falcons, and I think the Falcons would probably have a repetition of just messing up in the fourth quarter. So I think I have a feeling that the Chargers will win, but it's going to be a close one.
Yes, that's exactly how I see it. Like I said, this was probably the most difficult game for me to pick. I just kind of went with the home team. I give them 3 points, so I got the Chargers winning 24-21 in this one.
All right. On that note, wish you guys good night.
All right, Natalie, take care, buddy.
All righty.
And as he takes his leave, we got his predictions for the rest of the game here in our little chat window right here. We move on now to NFC North matchup: Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. This game is at Ford Field, and the Packers are picked by 7.5. So what do you say, Flynn?
Yeah, I think the Lions definitely responded to the firings of Matt Patricia and Dan Quinn, and they actually played a good brand of football, overcoming a 10-point deficit to beat the Bears in Chicago. So I think some of that's going to carry over this week, and that's why I'm going to take the 7.5 points with the Lions, but I'm going to take the Packers because I think it's going to be a late touchdown drive with Aaron Rodgers. I think Javante Adams is going to have a good day. I think I think Aaron Jones is going to have a good day running the football. So, I think Stafford's going to keep it close, but I'm going to take the Packers to win by a field goal.
Wow, Packers by a field goal. All right, Adam, what you got on this one?
Yeah, I think I have a good feeling that Aaron Rodgers is obviously the better quarterback.
Yep. All right, looks like we got audio problems again.
So
Oh. I can't really get you here, Adam. Yeah, audio. I'll tell you what, while Adam is taking care of his issues, I'll go ahead and make my
okay,
prediction here. Yes, Adam?
all right. As I was trying to say, obviously the Packers are the better team over the Lions. So with that being said, I gotta go with the Packers.
Yep, and that's exactly what I'm going to do as well. The Lions seem to be doing slightly a little bit better. I think a change of head coach may do them good a little bit, but I mean, come on, this is Aaron Rodgers. This is that bad man. And I say he, along with Aaron Jones and all those receivers, they're going to have a good day with with the Lions. I say Packers win this one by a score of 38-24. And according to Natalie, he's got let me see this one: Packers and Lions. He says Packers will beat the Lions by 25-18. Interesting. Now we go to another game that could be lopsided or could be kind of close. We have the New Orleans Saints going to Philadelphia to take on those chickens. And Flynn, the Saints, I see, are picked by 6.5.
Yeah, and the big news going into this game is that Carson Wentz has been benched, and Jalen Hurts will make his first NFL start for the Eagles. So, but I mean, if there's one defense you don't want to face in your first NFL start, it's definitely this one. I just think the Saints at all three levels of the defense are just going to overpower Philadelphia's slow moving offense. The Eagles are offensive to the senses. Doug Peterson can't coach his way out of a paper bag. Harry Roseman has had a terrible draft in the last 3 years. And yeah, he decided to take Jalen Rager over Justin Jefferson. I mean, oh, good. Give me the Saints to win by double digits.
All right. Adam.
Well, I think I have a good feeling I think the Saints are going to devour those chickens, and with that being said, I have a feeling that the Saints are gonna dominate the game over those Philadelphia chickens.
That's right. And that's how I got it right here. Yeah, Jalen Hurts getting his first start in week 14, when in my honest opinion, he should have got his very first start in week 1. I mean, the way that Philadelphia has treated Carson Wentz, I mean, I just don't get it. I was just listening to Max Kellerman on ESPN's First Take about a couple days ago. He was saying the exact same thing. And basically, Philadelphia really hadn't taken. You had a backup, or he was a starter. Helped them win a Super Bowl. Where is he now? I think he's in Chicago now. I don't see Carson Wentz staying with the Eagles after this season. I think. What do you say, Flynn? What you got?
So, but the thing is, though, if the Eagles released Carson Wentz, that the Eagles lose $60 million against the cap. So basically, the Phillies are in a lose-lose situation financially.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but if the Eagles trade Wentz, that they obviously still have to pay money to let him go. But if there's one team I think Carson Wentz can thrive on, it's the Indianapolis Colts, because Frank Reich, the offensive coordinator for Philadelphia's Super Bowl run a few years ago, he's now the head coach of Indianapolis, and he's done a tremendous job turning the franchise around. So I think Carson Wentz would be a great fit for the Indianapolis Colts.
Interesting. And of course, as I said at the beginning of the season, this just may very well be Philip Rivers' final year in the NFL. And sticking to those Philadelphia chickens, I am taking the Saints. If there is ever a such thing as a second bad man, his name is Drew Brees.
But Drew Brees might not be available because it looks like Taysom Hill's
Right. All right.
I still took the Saints to win by double digits because of that's how inept and how defunct the Philadelphia Eagles are.
Yes, and for that reason, for all those reasons, I'm picking the Saints to win 38-10. Saints are going to have a field day in Philly. Next game was kind of another game which was kind of tough for me to pick. The Washington football team, or as I call them, the no names, taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, hold up a second. I forgot to give Natalie's score on this game here. Let me go back to that again. He is picking the Saints over the Eagles 30-20. Now we can talk about the no names against the 49ers. And the 49ers are picked by 3 in this one. So, Flynn, what you got here?
This game to me, I can see you said this game for me was actually the toughest game of the week for me to pick because you look at how the 49ers have responded after blowout losses that they get blown out by the by the Saints, that they were off for a week and then they beat the Rams in LA, and now they just got blown out by Buffalo. Josh Allen just tore their defense apart, but I'm going to take San Francisco in this game because I think Kyle Shanahan is going to mix things up in the offensive attack. I think it's going to leave Washington all balanced enough such that the play calling would be less predictable than it was than it was earlier against Buffalo. So I think I respect Levy Howell at Washington. I think Alex Smith is going to be the comeback player of the year. And the football team does not beat the Steelers with Dwayne Haskins and Kyle Allen as his starting quarterback. So, but Alex Smith, I think going forward gives Washington the best chance to win football games. But I think in this situation, I think the 49ers are coming off a loss in a short week. I think Shanahan and Robert Saleh are going to put a game plan together to neutralize Alex Smith. So gave me the 49ers to win this game 20-14, but it was not an easy game for me to pick.
Yeah, I can understand. It's kind of tough for me to pick this one, too. Adam, what do you say about this one?
Well, I think it's going to be pretty close. Oh, I'm sorry, one moment.
Yeah. You all right there, Adam? As you folks at home watching this little telecast here, or this. Oh, there he is.
Okay.
We got
Alright, I'm back.
And by the way, Adam, I must say you have a very nice ceiling fan light right there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So, what were you saying for the no names in the Niners?
Well, I was going to say that it's going to be a close game, but I think with with the Washington football team just beating the streak of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That really impressed me and really impressed me. I think with that being said, I think I would feel like the Washington Generics are gonna get another win over the 49ers.
And and I'm kind of seeing that too. I mean, it is so amazing to see Alex Smith back in the NFL, back as a starter. He's helping his team. His team is getting back into the race for the NFC East. They're right up there with the Giants. When at the beginning of the season, the Giants and the No Names were at the bottom, and the Eagles and the Cowboys were at the top. What a difference a couple of months makes. The No Names are fighting for that playoff position because I don't think I see any teams come. No, there's not going to be any teams from the NFC East taking wild cards. It's just going to be the league champion, and they'll go into the playoffs and it'll probably be a one and done. But I do agree, Alex Smith should be comeback player of the year. I agree that they have a very stout defense. Their offense is not too bad. And for that reason, I got the No Names winning this one, taking down the 49ers by a score of 17-10. Before we move on right now, I want to get an update. The game is probably over by now, is it, Flynn?
Yeah, look at the comments on YouTube.
The comments on YouTube. Let's see here. The final.
Yeah,
Well,
the Rams won 24-3.
Well, speaking a little bit about this game, Flynn, does this mean that for the first time in I don't know how long, the Patriots will not be making the postseason?
Yeah, the Patriots aren't good enough, and plus next 2 weeks the Patriots play Miami and Buffalo, so that doesn't help favors either. But I do want to say, Tim, this is actually the first time since 2002 that the Patriots will not win 10 games.
Wow, since 2002. Yeah, as the kids say, it's been a minute. It's been a real hot minute since anything like that happened. Well, I was correct in picking the Rams, but holy free holies, I didn't expect anything like that to happen. But let's just go ahead and move on to our next game, which is very, very nice Sunday night matchup on national TV for NBC. The Pittsburgh Steelers against the Buffalo Bills. This is one that I would probably love to see. Uh, Actually, the Bills are picked by 2 in this one. So Flynn, what do you got here?
Yeah, I'm going. I'm gonna take the Bills in this game because you look at how the Bills have been playing. You look at how the Steelers have been playing, and the Steelers have not played good football the last a few weeks here in with barely beating RG3 2 weeks ago, and then losing at home for the first time this season to the Washington football team. So I'm going to take the Bills here. I feel more comfortable with Josh Allen over Ben Roethlisberger, and give me the Bills to win this game 24-20.
Very interesting pick there. Adam, what do you say?
Well, I know both teams are good. The Steelers defense has been good. The Bills defense been good. Both quarterbacks have been good. But I think I've got to give it to the quarterback that has the most experience, which is Ben Roethlisberger. I know it's not going to be an easy win for the Steelers, but I feel like the Steelers will pull one off in a nail biter over Buffalo.
That's actually the kind of game I see right here. I see the Steelers winning by a field goal. I see them winning by a score of 31-28. I mean, yeah, it's one of those games where the Steelers are going to win, but the Buffalo Bills are going to make them work for it. And that's exactly what I got. I got 31-28 Steelers winning this one. And last but not least on our schedule, the Monday Night Football game on ESPN. Another very interesting matchup for Week 14. It's the Baltimore Ravens against the Cleveland Browns, playing in Cleveland, where Baltimore used to play many years ago. And the Ravens are picked by 2.5, Flynn.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns to win this game outright because I've been skeptical. I've been skeptical of the Browns the last few weeks with the way they've been playing in close games. But I really like Baker Mayfield and this Browns offensive line in this game because the Ravens they just beat the Dallas Cowboys who have the worst record in the NFC, and I think that they use a lot of energy and a lot of rushing yards to beat the Cowboys, but I I, I just think the Browns taking down the Titans and the game was a lot farther than the than this was a lot far bigger of a blowout than the score indicated. So I'm going to take the Browns to win this one. I think Kevin Stefanski is going to do a good job. The Browns offensive line has been tremendous. I love the additions of Jedrick Wells and Jack Conklin to that line. They've made their vaunted rushing attack so much more dangerous. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are both going to have good days. So give me the Browns to win this game 23-20.
All righty then, Adam.
Yeah, I know the Ravens have been like kind of up and down recently, and I know the Ravens won against our Ravens won against our Cowboys, who have a bunch of second stringers for offensive line, and we don't got our best quarterback, and with a horrid defense by Mike Nolan, who gotta get a boot, please. But when it comes down to this, I know it's gonna be a little bit of back and forth, but I think I've got to go with the home team and in a pretty close game. But I think the Ravens are gonna make them work for it. But I've got to go with Cleveland in a nail biter.
And I will make this unanimous. I mean, the only time that the Ravens were shaky this year, well, they've been shaky all year. The only time they weren't was this past Tuesday night because, like I said, they were facing the worst defense in the league. And the Cleveland Browns, they're making believers out of me. I mean, every time I hear about these Browns, I watch the highlights, I watch ESPN. These guys are improving by leaps. I wouldn't say by leaps and bounds, but it seems like they're improving every week. For that reason, I am taking the Browns, and they will win their 10th game of the year. I can't even remember the last time the Browns won 10 games in a season, but I'm taking the Browns by a score of 30-24.
Yeah, and actually, Natalia's going against all of us. Yeah, he's taking the Ravens by a field goal.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, Yeah, he's got the Ravens over the Browns 34-31. And get this, Natalie has. I forgot to mention this. Natalie has the Bills over the Steelers in overtime, 33-30. Wow. And he's got the Niners over the. Oh yeah, he's also got the Niners over the No Names about 26-24.
Yep, and we already mentioned the other scores.
Yeah, we did. So, I guess with that brings this show to a close. Our first week of the playoffs are here. Cedric and Andrew, they can relax for about a week and think of their game plans for the following week. Yeah, let's get back. Let me get back to the fantasy page once again. Like I said, we got Cedric. Oh my gosh, first time playing in our league, and he takes number 1 seed. I'm still very much impressed by how Cedric has done this year, and I'm impressed. Andrew was able to tackle and take the number 2 seed for us. So like I said, we got Natalie going up against Adam, and then we have Flynn going up against our defending 2-time champion Will Medina.
Yeah, and also let me add, Tim, that I barely made it to the playoffs by the skin of by the hair of my chinny chin. That I bet if Will scored 3 more points against me last week, I would have been out of the playoffs.
Yeah. Flynn just got into the playoffs by that much. He barely got in to take the 6th and final seed, take the final spot in the upper brackets. So this is going to be very interesting. So the big question is, can Will Medina make it 3 championships in a row? We'll see what happens. And we'll see more playoff spots are available for the NFL here this week. So don't forget, we got John Flynn with his Hooked on Sports, 2 shows during the NFL season. And of course, we got Adam Oliver. Thank you, Adam, for joining me as always. All right, and thank all of you for watching. We will be back here next Thursday night with week 15 of the NFL, week 2 of our playoffs. We're getting down to the wire. So for John Flynn, for Adam Oliver, and on behalf of John Natali and Andrew Sinclair, my name is Tim Cohen. Thanks for joining us. And as always, good sport. See ya.